Hello everybody and welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Alana. I am Mrs.SmithStitches here on Flosstube as well as on Instagram, and thank you so much for stopping by and spending some of your day with me. I thought I would start it with a little introduction. I have, over the last couple of weeks, ended up with quite a few new subscribers, which is super exciting, but I thought I'd just do a little intro for those of you that might be new. If you're not new, thank you so much for returning. I really appreciate it. So as I said, my name is Alana. I am a mom of 4 adult kids and a granny of 3 little ones. They are 2, 1, and about 4, not quite 4 months old. So it's a super exciting time in my life. I love being a granny. It's the best. I live in Ontario, Canada, just south of Ottawa in a little small town, and I work in the emergency room of one of our local hospitals. I'm a clerk there. So that's sort of a little quick intro about me. I've been cross-stitching since I was about 16 years old. Took a break like a lot of people did when my kids were young, and did a lot of other crafts, got into quilting a little bit, did a lot of scrapbooking, card making, and that kind of stuff. And then when 2020 came and we were all sort of shut in our homes, I discovered Flosstube kind of by accident, actually. I was just, I don't know, scrolling through my phone, ended up on YouTube, and came across Shiloh, who is X-Stitch MD. She's also Canadian. She's out in Halifax, and I watched her, and I was like, and then of course, once you watch one, you know, so many more follow. And then I got hooked, and next thing I knew, I was just ordering cross stitch like crazy, and now it's become a problem. But it's a fun problem. So there you go. So that is just a little brief intro on me. I don't want to go into a ton of, details. There's not really much to say. But I just thought I'd do a little intro because I know there's quite a few new faces, and it's super exciting to meet new people. Always. I always love to meet new people. So today what I have for you, I do have a finish. I have some whips. I have a couple of new starts and my sort of November to December plans. But the most exciting thing that I did this last week, I guess it was last week, was go to Hobby House. So those of you that don't know, Hobby House, I think it's called Hobby House Landing. It's located in Pittsford, New York, which is about 3.5 hours from me here where I am. And I was able to meet up with quite a few friends who I met at Stitch North this past spring. So I will link their Instagrams below. I met up with Amanda, Joanna, Christine, and Dana. And then we also ran into other people. So this past weekend, we were there from the 23rd to the 25th. Well, on the 25th started Hobby House's retreat. And I don't know what it was called because I didn't go to the retreat, but it had the Scarlet House and Needlework Press. And I met both of those ladies, and I should have written down the names. That's awful. I absolutely should have written down the names. And I didn't expect to actually see anybody from the retreat. I met them 2 days earlier. So Dana, Joanna, and Christine were going to the retreat, and so they just came a few days earlier. We stayed at the hotel that the retreat was at, which is the Woodcliff Spa Hotel, I think it's called. And then Amanda was going to Stitch North, the fall Stitch North in Brampton. So she drove down, and it was so long for her to drive. So she drove down, spent one night with us, and then went on to Brampton, which was only about 3 hours from Hobby House because they're not super far. Anyway, it was so much fun. I didn't get into the retreat at Hobby House, and Amanda had already had retreat plans. So they just basically came early, and we had the absolute most fun. We got there the Tuesday, we did Hobby House on the Wednesday. No, we got there the Wednesday, we did Hobby House on the Thursday, and then I came home on the Friday because I had to work the weekend. And then Amanda left because she was going to Stitch North. We had a blast. We had so much fun. But the thing that I don't think we were really expecting was how many other people came early for the retreat. So we went to Hobby House on the Thursday to shop, which was awesome. And I will get into the haul part of that. But we ran into all kinds of people. So many people were there early, and the retreat didn't start until Friday at 5. And there were these tables, the retreat area was blocked off, which makes sense at the hotel because they actually do the retreat at the hotel. But there was this room with all these round tables. And so that day, we shopped, we were at Hobby House for 2.5 hours. Then we went and got some lunch and came back to the hotel, and we just sat and stitched, and so many people were doing the same thing. So it was actually really, really fun. Like, I wasn't realizing that we would that I would get a chance to actually meet other people. Like I was going to meet friends that I already knew. We met so many people and we had a blast. Now, Joanna and Christine, I do that all the time. They're sisters and I'm forever mixing up their names. They had been to the retreats. So had Dana. They had been to the retreats last year. So they had new people and recognized people, but I didn't. So anyway, we had a blast. We had so much fun stitching. We stitched all day Thursday. We stitched Friday morning. And then I left and did a little bit more like American shopping because they were all American and didn't care about seeing Target and stuff, which I did, or Hobby House because everybody has them. Anyway, it was so fun. I will get into the haul, but that's what I did. If you are in the vicinity and can make the drive, it was definitely worth it. It was just to be at Hobby House, like it's a really cool looking spot to start with. It was their new building. I never saw their old building, but it was just fun. Now, I think it was probably busier because the retreat people were there, but it was just fun. Like they have the room of fabric, which is obviously amazing, but just to chat with other people, like I really enjoyed that part of it, like just chatting with other stitchers and just like, I don't know, I guess just sharing and like, you know, people were helping people pick fabrics and people were talking about this chart and it was just fun. The whole experience was awesome. Like it was a really, really good time. While I was getting my fabric cut, I met Shelly, who is Antique Needleworkers. So that was kind of fun. She was right behind me and they were trying to figure stuff out. And she turns around and she's like, I'm really sorry that this takes so long. I'm like, no, I think this is great. I was like watching everything that they were doing. It was super fun. She's very, very sweet. And I did get to meet Tara, who is Sully Stitches, who I do follow. Like she has a floss tube as well. And I saw her and I'm like, I know her. I watch her. So that was kind of fun. And then of course, so many other people, like everybody's just so friendly and lovely and wonderful. And it was great. It was fantastic. So that was my little trip to Hobby House. I'll go into a little more detail when I do the haul because I'm not super organized today. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like sort of scooped everything together. So I think what I'm going to start with is my whips and my finish and then maybe my plans, and then I'll go into the haul. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Everything is all over this table like crazy. And I turned on my Christmas tree because I was going to say Easter is over. Halloween is over. But I'm not sure how I feel about the lighting. I feel like it looks a little bit weird, but we're leaving it on. We're just gonna leave it. So my first thing I'm gonna show you is my finish. And my finish is my birthday start. I finished a birthday start. I haven't finished the last 2 years of birthday starts, but I finished this year's birthday start. So it was Autumn by Blueberry Ridge Designs. I do have the other ones. There's 4 in the series. I do have all of them. And this was actually last week's giveaway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to announce the winner who won this. I have a brand new chart. This was mine, but I have a brand new one that I did purchase for the giveaway. It's right here. I'm not going to take it out of the plastic. And the winner of the autumn sampler, what's it called? Sampler Seasons Autumn by Blueberry Ridge Design is, I wrote down the name, Monica Mathis 79. So it's Monica, last name Mathis 79. So you were the winner. So please send me an email or message me on Instagram or comment down below and I'll get your address for that and I'll send that out to you. At this time, I'm also going to mention that in my last video, I did have another giveaway from the previous video, and that was Primrose Cottage Stitches Autumn Rules. And the winner of that was Farmer Dye Stitches, but I haven't heard from you yet. So if you can please message me, my email will be linked down below. It's Mrs.SmithStitches Flosstube at gmail.com. It is linked down below. If I don't hear back by the next video, I'll just redraw that giveaway from that video. I won't do a new one. I'll just redraw it again. I'll just do the little, like the random comment generator thing from that. So that was 2 videos ago. If I don't hear from you. So Farmer Dye Stitches and Monica Mathis 79. If you guys can send me an email or message me on Instagram with all your information, I will get those sent out to you this week. So here's my finish. Here we go. Look at it. It's so pretty. This was really fun. I am just loving the monochromatic stitching. Like I absolutely am loving this. And so I stitched this as 40 count, 1/1 on, let me see. It's a hand dyed by Rolanda fabric, ivory. So there's the fabric. Oh, ivory. The tags, I kept the tag on, it's a little bunchy now. And I stitched it with, oh, I didn't bring the floss over. It was Gentle Arts for sure, because I got it at Tyme, and I don't remember what it was. I'll put it below. I'll put it below. I'd say I'd edit it in, but I'm not going to do that because I'm horrible at editing. And so there's the finish. I have no idea how I'm going to finish it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but whatever I'm going to do with it, I want it to be interchangeable with the other ones. So there's 4 in the series. I want to do all of them, and I want them to be interchangeable. So I'm sorry, I don't remember what I stitched it, what the floss was. It was a Gentle Arts though. I'll put it down below. I'll put the floss name down below. So I do apologize for that, sorry. And that is my only finish that I have for sure. I feel like I haven't actually stitched a lot. I have stitched a lot, I think, but I don't know. I guess it's only been 2 weeks since I filmed, and normally I wait longer. So I'll show you the next WIP that I have, which is Feels Like Fall by Brenda Gervais. I am stitching this with my friend Michelle. She's one of the Bayside Stitchers. They have a Flosstube as well. I'll link their channel as well as her Instagram below. And here's where I am on this. I don't know if my lighting is, it's very, very, I want to say foggy. It's not, it's just very cloudy today. So I probably should have broken out my ring light, but I don't always like to do that because then I get the big circles in my eyes. Oh, my glasses. So there we go. I think I'm going to work on this now until it's done. So the rest of the weekend, and then if I have to into next week, there isn't a ton left. I've got the house. I just need to get, like, it goes pretty quickly. It's not gigantic. I'm stitching it on 36 count Ren with all of the called for. The only thing I changed is I made the letters. I just picked a little bit of a darker color because the letters weren't showing up fantastic. So I made them a little darker. So I think my goal is just to stitch on this until it's finished. I'd like to get a couple of things finished. Here's the floss. It's just very messy because my floss is always very, look at that. I don't know how people keep their floss pretty. How do people do that? My floss always looks like a disaster. But there's the floss. It's all the called for. Beautiful fall colors. Yeah, so I think that's going to be my weekend plans. It is Saturday, like morning-ish. I think it's like lunchtime now. This is the first weekend since August that I have not had to work or have gone somewhere. So we are actually home, both of us, me and my husband, for the whole weekend, which has not happened since August. I'm very excited about that. I have a lot of cleaning to do, but I will get some stitching done for sure. We have the kids coming over for lunch tomorrow after church, and that's it. Like, we're not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going shopping. I'm not, just cleaning and organizing. And I did clean my craft room this morning, which was nice to I wanted to drag out all my Christmas stuff to see what my plans were for December before I filmed this video. So that is my WIP. The other thing that I worked on is actually part of my December plan. So I think I'm going to leave that and just go with my I have 2 new starts, both of which I started at Hobby House, or at like when I was in New York. So my first start, I'm also stitching with my friend Michelle from the 2 Base Stitchers. Now let me see. Let's see if I can get out the actual paper. And that is Christmas at Hollyberry Farm by Stacey Nash. This is actually my first Stacey Nash I've ever done. So there it is. I'll show you my itty bitty tiny start because it's itty bitty tiny start. Oh, see, that's not showing up so bad. So there's my little start. I did do a few changes for this. So I am stitching this on, I bought this at Hobby House. This is part of my haul. It is 40 count Kenneth by Grace Notes. It's lovely. I really wanted something that the house would show up really well, and the house is white. So I will show you here the changes that I made. Here we go. Let me get all my floss again. Okay. That's so messy. My floss is always so messy. So this is the house color. Is this the house color? Straw Bonnet is the house color. So it's not white exactly, but it's light. And so I really wanted it to show on the fab. Okay. Get it together, Alana. Here we go. I'll just do all the colors. So that's the Straw Bonnet. And I really wanted it to show up well. And I did change the red and the green. So I do think I have this is why. So it called for mulberry and piney woods. So that was the red and the green. I feel like that's not really showing up, so I'm going to do it on the fabric. And to me, Piney Woods was a little bit more, I am struggling with this one today, a little bit browner than I wanted it to be. Let's see if I can get it. My lighting is horrible, sorry. And so I changed those two colors to, let me see, where'd I go? Green with Envy, still Gentle Arts, and Buckeye Scarlet. So let's lay them all out. I know the Stacey Nash designs are generally more muted tones, but I just love the very traditional red and green Christmas. I just do. And I didn't think I really didn't love the Piney Woods as the leaves on the border. So let me show you here what I did. So there's the original ones, and there's the ones that I changed them to. I'm trying to see if I can get this where the lighting is a little bit better. I apologize. I probably should have done something with the lighting. There we go. So I changed them to Green with Envy and Buckeye Scarlet because it just wasn't green enough for me, and that's okay. That's why these things are here, so we can change them. So that's what they ended up looking like. I haven't done anything else. So I like them. I hope it's showing up. Here it's not, and I'm a little bit concerned. Like it's not, the lighting is not fantastic. So hopefully it's not, I wonder if I should have turned on like my big overhead light, but then I find it gets really glary. So it's dark out. So hopefully you can see it properly. Hopefully you get the idea. So that I started, so that's going to be one of my, oh dear. That's going to be one of my, in my cute little Sheba Designs bag that my friend Michelle also gave me. That's going to be one of my one of my plans for November and December. So for November and December, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 maybe, that I'm just only going to stitch on those and try to get some good progress. I doubt I'll get a ton of finished, but I'll get good progress. And the next start that I had at Hobby House was, where'd it go? I really should have taken this stuff out before I started filming. I apologize for that. Was the one that I went for was Dash My Dancer, which is by Hobby House Press. So that is their design. And I had planned to purchase it there. It was my on my list purchase. And then my friend Joanna, who I met there, she had just finished it and she actually gifted it to me. So I thought that was really, really sweet. So she gifted me the pattern. I already had the fabric and the floss. Actually, I had already decided on what I was going to stitch it on. So I am stitching it on hand dyed by Rolanda fabric. It's 40 count iced coffee, I think, with her floss, with the hand dyed by Rolanda floss. So Ruby Whisper. This is her. I bought a whole like hank of it. And this is my start so far. Isn't it so pretty? I do feel like you're not getting the full effect of the color and the variegation. The variegation is beautiful, but I feel like you're not actually seeing a ton of variegation. So I do apologize for that. Next time I film, I'll try to do something different with the light because I don't think you're getting the fabric. The fabric is gorgeous, but I don't know that you're really seeing the actual variegation of the floss, but I am loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. It is gorgeous. Yeah, my floss is messy again. So there's that. I don't know if I hold up just the floss, if you'd be able to really kind of see the variegation of it. No, sorry guys, my not ideal lighting for today. You're not really. But I'm loving it. It's so fun. The monochromatic really has my heart right now. I'm really, really enjoying just stitching on that with one color and not worrying about changing has just been life-changing. It's been so fun. So that was very exciting. That was one of the ones that I desperately wanted to start while I was there. And wanted to buy while I was there. And then my sweet friend Joanna gave it to me, which was so sweet. It was so sweet of her. Okay, now I think I might jump into the haul and then I'll go into what my plans are for November and December for the rest of this sort of until the new year. So I think I'm going to go into my haul. So the first thing that I purchased was actually thread. And all of this is going with, this is my little box of, my little baggie of thread. It was all in a little baggie. This is all for my New Year's, new start, my 50th start. Next year I turned 50, so I'm starting a New Year's Anniversary of the Heart by Blackbird Designs. And this is the floss for the first 2 patterns. I haven't picked a fabric yet, but I have a few options that I picked up at Hobby House that will work I think will work well. There's one particular one that I think I like the best. But so that I just picked up, it was on my list of things to grab. And so that was the first thing I got. Let me see the rest. I did get one pattern, so I will show you the pattern. It's still in the plastic. I only bought one pattern, I bought fabric, but I only bought one pattern. And it is the Christmas Magic Sampler by Little Robin Designs. Sorry, I didn't here. Let me take it out of plastic. There was so many. It was almost like you needed to go twice. Like, I only went on the Thursday, but everybody that I went with, except Amanda, went on the Wednesday as well. So they went 2 days in a row. And I honestly sort of think you kind of need to do that, because you go in and you're just like, wow. And there's all these beautiful samplers on the walls. And I'm not a huge sampler stitcher. Like, I love them, but I have a few, but not a ton, if that makes sense. Like, it's not my, I don't know. Like, I love them, but I don't stitch a lot. I don't have a lot of them in my, like, I feel like my camera's crooked. Is it my imagination? I'm like halfway through the video. I'm like, I look crooked. Sorry guys, we're just going with it today. Like we do every day. I film a video. Professional, I am not. So I didn't really have a list of patterns. I feel like patterns are easy to buy online, but for me, because I don't have a local LNS that sells fabric, that's really where I was concentrating. Like, I really wanted to see what I could find for fabric. So that was sort of my goal, or that's what I was concentrating on. And I actually saw this pattern as I was leaving, and I was like, oh, I really, 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 really like that. I just love it. And I'm kind of in the Christmassy mood. Now, I don't actually think I'm going to start this Christmas. I think I'm going to start next Christmas, because I have quite a bit that I really need to get a move on with. So I actually think I'm going to leave this until next Christmas to start. But I loved it. Like, I saw it and I was like, I need that. And there was a lot of other things that I saw there pattern wise that I was like, oh, I'd like that, or I'd like that, but nothing that I could really, like, I don't know, like, this is what I needed. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I concentrated more on fabric because I feel like I can always order patterns online. Usually they're easier to get. Not that fabric's always hard to get. It's just that I like to touch it because I like to see and know that it's something that I want to have. Okay, let's go with the fabric. I'm just going to show you the fabric because that's all I've been talking about. Okay, so the first thing I got is all 40 count. As far as I can remember, every single piece is 40 count. And the first one that I got was Old Sheep by XJU. I'm not sure how we say that. I've never used her fabric before. I was super excited to pick some up. And this is the Old Sheep. And I love it. It's beautiful. Like, it's super, super nice. And it feels nice. I'm weird. If you've watched me before, it has to be soft. It can't be hard. It can't be rough fabric. I don't like it. So I don't know. I don't know why. Sometimes it's different. It has to be soft. Like, it has to be. So I get weird with my fabric. I was super excited to find her stuff because I've never used her before. And sorry, I got stuff everywhere. And now that I know I like it, I would order it online in different, like, options. Because now I know, because all of it felt very, very similar. And so I wanted, my goal was to try a few different dyers, and that's what I did. I bought some of them just smaller pieces, but I wanted to try an assortment of different designers. That was sort of my goal in this, was to spend all my time in the room of fabric, like the linen room was where I wanted to be, and that's where I spent most of my time. And it's amazing, and you need to go there. If you can get there, you need to be there. And I just touched everything and picked some different designers so that I know what I like, and I know what I would just order online without, just, that makes sense. It makes sense. You know what I mean. Stitchers know what I mean. So the next one that I got was 40 count Through the Looking Glass by Tabby Cat, who I've also never tried. And so that's this. Again, I wonder if it's better if I go over here. Maybe I should shift. Let me shift. Let me shift my chair. Maybe this is better. It's kind of shadowy. Sorry. I feel like we're not getting the full effect of this fabric. It's beautiful, and I like neutrals, as you will see. That's really what I go for. I go for the neutral. I will always go for the neutral. It's just who I am. I'm not changing now. And it's beautiful, and it's soft. It feels lovely. And so now I know that I also would choose that fabric again. They had like tables of the Tabby Cat fabric. They had all kinds of it come in. This is also Tabby Cat. So this is Lollybrook. It's also 40 count. It's a little bit more model-y. And it was just a little piece. And it was just, gosh, I'm so sorry. My lighting is horrible. And it's really, it's got quite the model to it. And I liked it. It was a pre-cut, just a little, like whatever this is, fat eighth something. It's just a little piece. I don't know if it has the size on it. And they had some like they had a lot that was like just in yards, and they would cut it for you. And they had a few pieces that I found that were just smaller pieces that were pre-cut and already serged. And I'm like, you know, I'm just going to try a couple. I do have some smaller things that I think would fit, and I just wanted to try it. Like I like to try new things. So I think I just said I don't try new things. So apparently don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Here, such a chaotic video. I'm sorry. Here's another piece. So this is needle and, this is 36 count. This is needle and flax Hemingway, and I have heard and seen people stitching on this. Now they did not have a lot of needle and flax that I saw. And another one that I wanted to look for was R&R, and they didn't have very much, or what they did have was colors that I wasn't really, like darker colors that I didn't really want. So this is Hemingway, which I know everybody has probably seen because a lot of people use it. And it's just a small piece. It's just a little like this size. But I have a lot of things that would fit on it. Like I have a lot of patterns, and it's much darker. And I just kind of wanted to try it. I hadn't tried the needle and flax, and I really wanted to see what it was like. So I did pick up a piece of that. And the last piece that I got, which is what I'm thinking of doing, Anniversaries of the Heart, is actually also an XJU design, and it's latte. It's 40 count latte. And this is what I'm thinking of doing Anniversaries of the Heart on. Because I need to sort of floss toss, and I haven't. Here, we'll do a little one right here. Because I don't know about the lighter colors. And this is only the floss for the first two. The first two in the set. So it might be a little, here, let me do this. This is the messiest floss toss you've ever seen in your life. I think it will work. I like it. It's kind of a gray brown color, but I think, oh, I lost one. There's my white. But I think it'll work on that fabric. I think it'll work. So as it stands, I think that's kind of my top runner for Anniversaries of the Heart. I do have a few more options of fabric that I already used, but I think that one's sort of my favorite so far, the latte. I do have a couple of I do have another piece of Ren. I think Ren might be a bit dark for me for that one. I do have a piece of vellum that I picked up, but it's 36 count, and I'd rather do it on a 40. So I do have a piece of 36 count vellum, which is Picture This Plus. And then I have good old Country Mocha in a 40 count, but I don't think that's what I want to use either. So I really think I'm going to use the latte. Here is my, what is this? Oh, this is Ren. And I think Ren would work as well. It's just a little bit darker. Like I think I like the lighter, less, like there's some modeling, but it's pretty, what is it, subdued? I don't know if that's the word. So and here's the Ren. I really needed to do something about I don't know. I think I like the latte. Anyway, we're going to find out. Let me know if you have an opinion on that with my bad lighting. but I think I'm going to do the latte, the XG latte. Okay, I'm not going to try to put that back together because that's way too crinkly. And I actually think that was my hobby house haul. Oh, I found new needles that I absolutely am madly in love with. What are they? Mary Arden. I'm going to order 10 more packages. They're already opened. I've already used them. These are the... I was with Amanda and she watches somebody, and for the life of me, I'm not going to remember who the Flosstuber was. And she said that's their favorite needle. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try them and see. I love them. I absolutely love them. I can't really say I've had a favorite needle, but now I do. I officially have a favorite needle. That's the one. I'm just going to order 10 more packages. They were like, what were they like? I don't know. $2.96 American, but still, I can't beat that. So I'm just going to order a whole bunch of those. That's it. I'm just going to do a big order just of needles, and then I'm going to have them all. Okay. Now let me think. I have a few like little gifties that people gave me. I don't have them all here. So Christine had she had bought a couple of hanks of silk. And so she gave me 2 of these. So one is, oh, it's just that silk's for you. It just has the numbers on them. Very fall, very, very pretty. Very soft. The silks are so soft. This one would be a really nice wintry one. Like a Christmas, if you had a small to do, that would have been really nice. Like those little, I did those... the little nativity ones from A New Creation Studio. That would be really cute to do on that. I feel like you can't really see it. And my shirt kind of matches. And my lighting is getting worse by the minute. So the only other thing I got, honestly, because I did American shopping. So I got like Christmas toys and clothes and that kind of stuff. Oh, and Christine made these little needle books. The little... and had little needles in it. And I don't have, because there was a little package from Joanna and I don't have that, so I apologize. Sorry, Joe. My bad. I don't have them. And I'm trying to look at my stuff. Okay, so I am going to do the giveaway for today's video because it's pretty exciting. So my friend Amanda went to Acorns and Threads a couple weeks ago before we got to Hobby House. And she picked up for all of us, which was so, so sweet. This is Textilly Crafts Acorn. And of course it came with a little, look at this. This is stinking adorable. Acorns and Threads. And it was a whole kit. Can you see that? I feel like I can't see that. And it came with the floss. And it came with all kinds of cute stuff. It was absolutely adorable. And she messaged Laura, who is Textilly Crafts designer. She has a floss tube. I will link that down below. And she said, oh, I picked these up for my friends, blah, blah, blah. And when she found out that I was one of the friends that had a floss tube, she gifted me this whole package of her, a whole package, an entire package of all of her small. So I'm going to show them to you. And she very, very generously offered a giveaway of 2 of the patterns to my viewers. She will send them as a PDF to you. So no shipping, no nothing. You can be anywhere in the world. You have to be a subscriber. You have to like and comment on the video. I didn't actually think about what the comment should be though. I'm actually going to have the comment, because I can't say giveaway. Don't say giveaway because it flags things. So I'm actually going to have you comment Textilly Crafts. So that's what it is. Her name is Lara, Lara. So put somewhere in your comment about the Textilly Crafts. And I will draw 2 names in my next video, but I'm going to show you the options here. So there's a floral spool. Look at it, so pretty. And then there's the lovely hearts. And there's the key to the heart. Let me see. It's so cute. And then Holly Snowflake. I like this one. This is going to be the first one that I start, I think. And then, of course, Autumn Leaf. And Handmade by Sarah W. is also doing that one. I think she finished it. She has been finishing like crazy. And then there's Coffee and Tea, which I love. I really like this one. I think it's so cute. Look at them. Coffee and Tea. And And so now I'm trying to think, well, you'll be able to pick which one you want. So put Textilly Crafts in your comment, and then when you win, you can send me an email and let me know which of these, I think there's 6, which of the 6 patterns that you would like to have sent to you, and Laura will send them to you as a PDF, which I thought was really sweet. So I thought that was awesome. I'm very excited to start. We all got the acorn one. So I think we're going to start that sooner rather than later, hopefully, as a group, all of us that went to Hobby House. So yeah, so that is the giveaway for today's video. So we got that out of the way. I won't forget about it. I'm really bad to think. I don't write notes or anything. I actually did try to write a few notes and I didn't look at them. So, okay. So let's get on to the plans for, November. So I think my plan in November, and I do think I'm going to try to do a video every 2 weeks between now and Christmas. We'll see how that works. I'd love to film a little bit more often, but I think sometimes I feel like I don't have enough stuff to show. But I do think I'm going to aim for 2 weeks next. So we'll see what happens. I won't hold my breath. But I'm going to concentrate solely on Christmas, I think, for these next 2 months, like just Christmas. I do have a few Christmas, like crafty things to do and finish. I do have a new granddaughter this year, so I need to make her stocking and her like gift tag that I make for everybody. I do have their Santas. I did the Prairie Schooler Santas for all my grandkids, so I do have those to finish before like Christmas. So there's a few other little things that I want to make sure I get done before, that isn't just stitching related. Other than that, so I have Dasher Dancer and I have Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. So they are 2 of the ones that I'm going to do. And I think what I'm going to do is just like a 3-day rotation between all of them. Like work on something for 3 days, work on something else for 3 days, just however I am in the mood to do. Kind of. I think that's sort of my plan. So I will go through the only one that is not Christmas. Oh dear, I'm dropping stuff. Is the Smith sampler. Now I have worked quite a bit on the Smith sampler. I will show you what it looks like. And I do think I'm going to keep that in my rotation. That was one of the ones I really wanted to get a lot of work done on this year and didn't necessarily get as much as I had hoped, as per usual. So this is by the Scarlet House. And so this is the Smith sampler. They do have this finished at Hobby House, so it's kind of neat. I kind of wish I brought it with me. I didn't. It wasn't one of the things I brought to work on with me. And it hasn't been ironed, so it's going to be wrinkly. But here is I'm going to need to get one of those boards, I think. Here is so I did everything from like here down, basically, is what I've worked on. So it is coming along. It looks great. You're not getting the full effect here because of my yucky lighting, but it does look pretty awesome. I'm very excited with it. So I am stitching this on 40 count. Heritage. It's Picture This Plus for sure. I think it's Heritage. And I did a color conversion from the silks to Gentle Arts. So if you're interested in that, I do have that on one of my other videos, but if you're interested in my conversion, just let me know and I will send it to you by email. So that is going to stay in my Christmassy, wintry rotation, even though it's neither of those things, but I do want to continue to work on it. And then I have a few more projects that I'm just going to rotate through as we go through the next couple of months. I am, oh, I missed that. So this one I haven't touched time, like since last Christmas. And this is This Joyous Season by Plum Street Samplers. And it's so cute. I love it. This Joyous Season. And I'm stitching it on 40 count, 1/1, all the called for colors. And this is on, is it flax or mallow? I think this is on mallow, which is like kind of a, where is it go? Here we go. There we go. This is what I've got done. It's kind of a different, I don't know if I'd use it again, but I don't mind it. I've watched a few floss tubers be like, I hate it. I'm like, no, I don't really mind it. I'm just not convinced I would use it over and over again. But there it is. So I've got a good chunk of it done. I just need to like buckle down and finish that house. I love houses. So I don't know why, you know, other things call to me, I guess. So it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. And I'm using all the called for with that. So that's gonna tuck into my wintry rotation. And this I will most likely keep out as well in the winter, less Christmassy, more wintry, but I'm pulling it out because I'd really like to get some work on it. And that is Prairie Schooler Christmas Village. And I'm stitching this on 40 count, just white Zweigart, not dyed at all, with the called for DMC. And that's all. That's it. That's all. Let's see where I'm at here. Also not ironed at all. So that is my start. I'm finding the Christmas trees super relaxing to stitch. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The Christmas trees are very relaxing. I quite enjoyed stitching those. And it actually does go pretty quick. Like, it's a, I don't know if simple is the right word, but it's like one of those stitches that just kind of goes along really nicely. It's a lovely stitch, but it is, I think it's technically a Christmas pattern. Yeah, it's Christmas Village, but to me, it's not super Christmassy. Like, I could stitch that in the winter. I mean, I guess it has the reindeers, but I could stitch that in the winter. So that might stay out post-Christmas. If you are new here, I am a very seasonal stitcher. So I very much like to stitch in the season that we're in. I do find Christmas, because just with Christmas being such a busy season in general, I do find I get very little Christmas stitching done. So I am starting earlier this year. I am no more fall. I'm going to finish the Blackbird with Vinyl and Threads. I'm going to finish that one that feels like fall, because I'd really like to get that one done. And there is a Christmas, not version, but like it's similar pattern for Christmas with like the bird and the Quakers and stuff that I am going to order. There's a couple things I'm going to order that are Christmassy related. I don't have a ton of smalls for Christmas, so I'm going to put a little order in and order a few things. But I don't think I'll start any of those this year. I think I will wait and start those. Those will be next year's, because hopefully I'll get quite a bit done on this year's Christmas. So my next one is one that I did buy at Stitch North. So this is Santa's Patchwork Cloak. It was a exclusive with Roxy. With Evertote, using the Roxy Floss fabric and floss. And I do believe that it is available to purchase like everywhere now. I think it was 1 year exclusive. I did purchase the whole kit from Evertote with the fabric as well as all of the Roxy Floss. The Roxy Floss is gorgeous. If you are thinking about doing it, I would 100% do it. I would absolutely purchase the kit again. It was lovely. Like, it was so nice. Their floss is beautiful. Their fabric is beautiful. So if you're thinking about it, I would recommend purchasing the whole kit for sure. I'll post Evertote's thing down below. And here's where I am on my Patchwork Santa. This is like a one-of-a-kind fabric. So this was like a mist dye, and I just really, really liked it. I think it calls for speculoos. Speculoos? I'm not sure what I think that's what it calls for. This was a little bit lighter, and it was one of those like one-of-a-kind fabrics that I really just loved the look of, so I picked it up. And I think it's super cute. So this has been a really fun stitch. I really like. Pansy Patch has got a few Christmas new ones out that I was like, ooh, there's a few ones. They have a Christmas farmhouse. So I might have to do a little bit of ordering through them too. This is my problem. I have so much stuff. I just need to finish some stuff. I just want to start everything and finish nothing. And my last thing that I'm going to concentrate on for the next couple of months probably is the Quaker Christmas 2 by Bygone Stitches. Now, this is not a great picture. This isn't even my lighting. It's just not a good picture. But I saw this first, Colorado Cross Stitcher did this. Sherry did this, and I just fell in love with it. It's the most beautiful thing. It is the most beautiful thing. And I am stitching it on 40 count white Zweigart. I wanted the very traditional red and green Christmassy looking colors. And I wanted them to pop on white. And so, also hasn't been looked at since last Christmas. Has most certainly not been ironed. So, my bad. And there is where I am on that. And I think it's just beautiful. So it's 40 count white Zweigart. It is Classic Colorworks, Ribbon Red, and Grasshopper. Again, just really solid Christmassy looking colors, like just the very traditional look. I just love red and green Christmas. I just do. I love the brighter Christmassy red. Hang on, I'm falling here. So there, give you an idea. There we go. It's beautiful. And it's big. Like, it's like I'm not remotely close, but it's another one that's sort of almost like a comfort stitch. Like, it's really relaxing and really, it's just so pretty. Like, I would love to get this done. This is not going to be done this year either, but I would love to get a good chunk of it on. So I think my plans are to continue on with the 3-day rotation. We're just going to do every 3 days and I'll switch. And I mean, there are some days I don't stitch at all. It doesn't happen super often. But like, I didn't stitch on Halloween at all because we were out with the kids, and then we were out visiting friends, and then, you know, I didn't even work that day, and I didn't stitch one strand. So it does happen, but I do try to get a little bit of stitching in every day. There is one other sort of potential new start, and this was something I bought last year and didn't touch, and that is the Plum Street, Primrose Cottage. I'm sorry, not Plum Street. Primrose Cottage, the Religious Christmas Trio. I do have some fabric for this. It's all DMC, and I do have some 32 count. I want to say it's milk and sugar, cream and sugar. You know the one I mean. I stitch all kinds of stuff on it. I love it. And I did buy it in a 32 count because I thought it would be nice to do these a little bit bigger. And I don't know what I'll turn them into, but there's a possibility that I'll pull these out. All of my Christmas stuff is on 40 count. And I do like to have a bigger count to take to work. So if I'm stitching at work, I don't stitch at work all the time, but when I do, obviously like the lighting and stuff is not fantastic, especially when I'm on nights. I don't always stitch, but I like to, I always take one with me. Let me put it that way. I always have something with me, but I do find stitching in a bigger count a little bit easier. So I have some projects that I'm kind of like thinking about, like, oh yeah, I'd like to stitch that on something bigger, or I have an idea of how I would finish it. I'm not super great at finishing things, so it'll never get finished. But that's one of the ones that I thought I might actually kit up because it's DMC. I know I have the fabric that I wanted to use for it. So I may just kit that up and have that as like kind of my work stitch that I can kind of pull out if I have enough time on a break. It kind of depends on the day and where I am in the hospital sort of thing. But I do like to, I always bring one with me. I don't always pull it out, but I do always bring it with me. And I think that's it. I'm looking around. My table is on the floor. Everything that I had up here is on the floor. So I think that's all. Everything else I purchased on my trip was not cross stitch related. So I did get some more fabric and I actually have it put away already to potentially make some bags. I do have enough vinyl, I think, left to make like, I want to say 5 or 6 or I don't know. I have vinyl left. So, I'd like to use that up. I don't think I'll make a ton of bags outside of that, but I would like to use up the vinyl that I have because I'm not going to use it for anything else. So I'd like to make, and there's a few things that are wandering around without bags that I would like to be able to put in a bag. Oh, it's banging. My husband's outside trying to fix the porch. But I think that's it. I think that's everything. I did make notes and then I never looked at them. So the only other thing that I'd like to mention is, because I haven't in the last few videos and I feel really bad, is like Flosstubers that I've been watching. Now I have gone through phases where I've watched very, very little Flosstube, but I have found in the last little bit, I mean, it's getting darker outside, we're inside earlier, I've been watching a little bit more. And for whatever reason, like new people have been really popping up in my like, recommended viewing. So there's a few that I've really, really enjoyed that I've started watching. So I'm going to name them off. There's, you know, some that I just always watch, like, you know, Lauren had a new video, the New Hampshire Stitcher. I always watch her. I always watch Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, Olivia, Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. The 2-base stitchers haven't had a video in a while, but they're sort of the ones that I always like as soon as there's a new video, it's like, oh yeah, I'll watch that. But there have been a few new ones that I've been really excited to watch. One is called The Story Stitcher, and I'll link everybody below. One is called The Prairie Home Stitcher. Now, I, for some reason, thought she was Canadian and recommended her to somebody else, and she's like, she's in Kansas. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why. I thought she was like the Canadian prairie. She's lovely, regardless if she's Canadian or not. But I'm like, I thought she was Canadian. Anyway, she's very lovely. She lives in the prairies, but American prairies, I guess. I don't know. Textilly Crafts, who I've already mentioned. So that's Laura. She does also have a floss tube. She is Canadian, which is nice. I always like to follow the Canadian people because there's only so many of us, right? Then there was Molly McMaker. She was really fun. She had all kinds of fun stuff. And then KBH Stitches. Now, I have followed her on Instagram for the longest time, and I don't know how I didn't know she had a floss tube, and it popped up, and I was like, oh. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how I miss these things sometimes. I'm not great with keeping up on the floss tube world or the cross stitch world. It was fun to go to these like events with other people. Like, oh, that's so-and-so and that's so. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not great at keeping up. And I'm really bad if I can't put a face to a name. So the people that I follow on Instagram that don't have floss tubes, I really struggle to remember their name. I'm a type of person that needs like a face to a name, or I will not remember. Anyway, it was lovely. We had a fantastic time at Hobby House. And those have been the newer floss tubers that I haven't watched before, that I've just started watching. And then, yes, there's actually quite a few more, but I think I'm going to spread them out a little bit because it's just going to be a giant list of floss tubers in my comments. So I am going to say goodbye. I'm all done. I'm trying to look around. I think that's everything. I did good. I thought the video would actually be pretty short, and it's not. It's like 51 minutes. We can work with that. I will try to have it uploaded this afternoon. The last time it took me like, I think 2 days to get it uploaded, so that wasn't great. My internet is just, and honestly, my phone is really old, and I think I film on my phone, and I do think that's causing me problems. So I might do a little Black Friday shopping excursion and get myself an updated phone, because I think that's part of my problem. Once it's in my laptop, it's fine. It's fine, but I used to be able to upload directly from my phone, and I don't seem to be able to do that. Anyway, nobody needs to hear about my tech problems. Thank you so much for joining me. If you stuck around for the whole video, thank you again. If you're interested in one of the giveaways, please comment and down below with Textilly as your comment. I don't know what you call that, like in your comment, so I know that you're interested in the giveaway. If you've won one of the giveaways, please email me so I can get that out to you as soon as possible. I hope everybody has a fantastic couple of weeks. I have not a ton of stuff going on work-wise, but my parents are actually going to try to come and visit us next weekend, which would be great. They haven't been here since December of last year because my dad has been so sick. He's doing pretty well. Certainly not 100%, but they are going to try to make the drive. They live a fair bit from us. So I'm a little, you worry. It's like a 5.5 hour drive, which is really long. We've been, of course, there to see them, but they haven't been here. They haven't met my newest granddaughter, and they're quite anxious to meet her. She was born in July, and they haven't met her. It's always a bit of a worry because the kids are little and toddlers get sick, and I don't want to risk, him catching something from any of us, especially because some of us, like 2 of us, work in hospitals, plus the toddlers who are, toddlers. They're toddlers. They're runny noses all the time. So I'm hoping they are able to make it and that we have a great visit. So that's going to happen. They're coming down on the 8th. So we'll see. But I actually don't have a ton of work, knock on wood, for a couple of weeks. So if I can prevent myself from picking up a bunch of shifts, I should be able to get quite a bit done. I'm really hoping to get the baby stocking done. I'm really hoping to get some of my finishing done for their little Santas and stuff. So I'm hoping I have that to show in the next video. I hope you guys all have a great couple of weeks. Hopefully I will see you in 2 weeks. That's my plan as of now. Thank you so much, as always, for watching and being so supportive, and we will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.